Tom Brady.
Did you see Tom Brady? Are we doing it now? All right. Hey, everybody. We're commentating the match that we played. My name is Jeremy Bertaglioni. I played Blurple. Ryan, what'd you end up playing?
My name's Ryan Walker, and I was forced to play Chroma Dogs against my will.
It's true. We have an inexperienced Chroma Dogs player, and then we have a Blurple player. And no spoilers for what happens, but I'll just come out and say it. I didn't reveal my altar during the first one. I usually like to put it up or whatever, but here I just do it super fast. So basically, I prioritize having a good curve and keeping good ramp.
Yep.
And that's what I did. So I kept a ramp, I kept a 4 and a 5, and hoped that would be good enough. Ryan, what'd you get up to in your altar?
I got quite a few 1-drops in this hand. I think I had too many bobbies. I have at least 2 bobbies there. 1-drop Lady, 1-drop Merryweather. Can't tell what the last card is. Maybe an Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we end up doing a good job later on of showing this altar. Notice me turning my head to the side when I shuffle. That's a great technique for knowing that I'm not stacking my deck.
Yeah, I think I...
So you ended up keeping
I drew
4.
into the Chromacron.
You put 3 back.
Yep.
You drew into the Chromacon. I tried to show my opening hand. Didn't work. So, lessons learned for next time. I ended up being on the play because I rolled odd, and I lead on Rafiki for game 1, which is pretty much your strongest start against Chroma Dogs. Outside of Daisy Duck, none of their openers can really survive a Rafiki.
100%.
So the Rafiki ideally gains you like a couple of turns. I will say that, well, I guess I won't say.
But I guess basically as soon as I see the Rafiki, it puts me into the game plan of like, okay, I'm going to put out a bunch of things, but I don't get to turn sideways for a while.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. And that's like kind of weird because it's better than them questing every turn, but it's not exactly what you want. So here is the 03 lady that quests for 3 if it has 3 or more power, and it gains power for everything you play. I draw Junior Woodchuck's guidebook, and I'm pretty quick to get rid of it. In this matchup, I don't feel like you have a ton of time to be doing that kind of stuff. I end up playing Sailor Azurite Sea, and then it's actually so sick that you can see my hand. I end up inking this Hades. I think this Hades is kind of bad in the matchup. It's like maybe your worst 5-drop. All your other 5-drops get something off the board pretty much immediately. So that's the one I choose to get rid of, and I just pass. Obviously, I'm holding on to the elephant, so I'm hoping that I can get some elephant value a little later. So you lead on Bobby Zimmer.
Yeah, I drew in a top deck the Bobby, and at that point I regret inking the Lilo early on. But the plan here was just to play 2 1-drops, hopefully, and go a little bit wider. I have had Merryweather, but let it go, just thinking that I could boost with Tramp to get the 3 off the lady when I need to.
Yeah. Notably, no discard for the Bobby Zimmerowski. That's pretty sick.
Oh, nice. Got away with it.
I got one.
Oh, man. It would have been the Lilo.
Right. So all's
Yeah.
well that ends well, I guess.
Dang.
I end up going with Genie, and saying go, not noticing my opponent didn't discard a Bobby Zimmerowski, which didn't happen at the DLCs, I'll tell you that.
Got him.
I trusted my friend a little too much.
I think I would have dumped the Ursula, and then I drew into this Ursula. I would have inked it. But notable that I am up 1 card for sure.
So anyway, you go lady here. Next play off of the lady is, I'm like hoping it's not a Mowgli. But anyway, my rationale for Genie over the elephant is I can kind of get on board and start trying to like quest around you or whatever. I actually had just inked my Into the Unknown, so we just have a solid curve here. We're gonna go 5, 6 Hades.
Yeah, it felt like the Ursula was the only play there because I didn't feel like putting my 2-drop Tramp out did anything because I knew I wasn't going to turn sideways that turn. It may have just been the 1-drop Lady that was the better play there.
I want to play as many things to the board as possible this turn. It's possible I should have inked Dumbo or maybe try to play Dumbo, but I kind of want to get out and get my number to go up in this matchup. So questing here was like pretty important. And Dumbo, using Genie in this matchup with the Dumbo ability kind of stinks because like if you don't get to 20 in time, the Chroma Dogs deck is eventually going to kill you. So I always really value the questing for 2 with the Genie over like Dumbo activating Genie. I hate Dumbo activating Genie in this matchup because I feel like, well, I'm definitely going to lose now. Because, like, I mean, right now in this spot, I feel like if I drew 13 cards, it wouldn't change what happens next. Speaking of what happens next, we got a clean. I mean, this is the, I think, is this the turn where you play the Emerald Chromacon and just
Yeah, this is the
everybody?
Chromacron turn for sure.
And Ryan, I think you did a great job here, to be honest, putting yourself in this position where you just
Hold everything until I get this big quest turn off.
yeah.
Obviously, would have liked to get the 3 off the 1-drop lady here, but and I also don't have the tramp to come back and get the 2 off the other 1-drop lady. Just like
There's
a weird spot that I'm in.
So you go all the way up to 7. And now I'm in a weird spot, right? I like don't have a clock on you at all, right? If I quest to 4, I go up to 7, and then you quest to basically lethal on the next turn. So I have to start getting rid of things. And I'm not sure I play this turn great. But maybe I do okay. Let's see what I end up doing. So Emerald Chromacon is really interesting because Elephant is such a good card against you. Like here, if you can think of the Elephant taking out your Lady 2/2, that's such a powerful play, except in this matchup, it never gets to do that. So I try to bait you into not bouncing the Elephant by like swinging into the Lady, so it at least doesn't have any damage on it. That's like my goal here. That's why I chose Lady instead of 2/2.
I think my last turn was just a complete punt. I always forget. I mean, not always. I just started playing this deck, but I could have just played the small tramp for 1 and the Chromacron and got the 3 out of my 1-drop lady.
Oh yeah, that would have been you would have been at 10.
What are we doing here?
I mean, you're new to the deck, so this is like what you're doing.
This is
We're
helpful. Yeah,
living, we're learning. Yeah, watching it back is always pretty good. And so here I'm like trying to add to the board and like keep my board relatively damage free. So I take out your Daisy with the Bell because I don't think Bell is going to be good anymore in this game because I'm not going to have damage on my guys, if that makes sense. Because one of my guys kills your guy. So the 3 into the Daisy and then belling it is like my only opportunity to maybe like bounce something.
Yeah, I put the elephant back in your hand just thinking like if he wants to play the elephant back to board, he's putting something else.
Right, I can't play the elephant anymore.
Right.
I should have inked it even right here because it's like it's basically an illegal thing, whereas Tipo is not in this game.
And so hopefully we're getting, 6 more lore here. Turning everybody sideways, and the
Could be any
Chromacron
number.
keeps getting the bounce.
Play Bobby, draw a few more cards. Notably, I think something that's going wrong for me this game is that I'm sitting next to Zan's Labubu, never what you want.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hard.
Um,
So we're gonna draw 4 and dump 4. I have Go-Go in my hand, so I'm probably just gonna hold the. Oh, I think I actually end up keeping the Webby
and
because it gets the Rafiki off board.
You might argue that there's like not really too much lessons to be learned from this game, but one that's interesting is how important it is, like how far one card goes. So if I catch your Bobby Zimmerowski and you play this tramp, it actually is no selection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't even have the 1 card in your hand.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Just a cascading effect, guys. Remember to keep your games clean because like stuff like that.
It's a huge,
huge downstream effect. Obviously, we can like say like, well, play it as it lies, right? Like if we'd called a judge right now, they would just have to be like, dude, y'all are in.
You're too far.
It already happened.
Do you keep the Go-Go right there or the Webby?
The
Go-Go just represents so much lore if you leave damage on this bell.
Right, but the thing about it is that my guy's never gonna have damage again because you're either gonna bounce him. Like the Chromacon means that damage. So that's why I had to play the bell that turn. It was like the only time the guys are ever gonna be damaged. So here I rip, boom. First thing I do, get that lady off with this, and the plan is for you to bounce the bell.
Yeah.
And now Elsa can like also get back. I'm like pretty much this is where you're totally screwed here. So Elephant's never gonna work anymore. I can Hades that, and you're only going up 4. The problem is that puts you to 16, and then Hades can kill 2 things, and so that would put you up to 18, and then Hades can kill 2 things, and then you kill me. Is like basically
where we're at here.
How that goes. And like so,
it
writing's
just
on the
rolled with the
wall
Chromacron
here.
for sure.
Something like an Elsa could have brought me back, but my deck's not playing Elsa anymore. This would have been an interesting turn to maybe deploy, but I would be dead if I did this. Deploy 2 things with the Hades.
It's a good point. The no 8-drop Elsa does change this quite a bit.
Yeah. So you here choose to bounce your Webby Vanderquack. I don't really mind that much because there's no wrong options.
I think I'm thinking the Webby just gives me a easy way to get that little Lilo up to the lady up. I didn't know you're gonna play on lady next. Elsa next, obviously.
Big shame here is I don't have another thing to do with my ink. Like if I had a
Yeah.
3 or a 2, maybe the Tipo that I inked I could have played.
Mhm.
Like starting to try to get me back in it. I can get up to 10 next turn. Yeah, just a lot of stuff to think about. I think I didn't play these turns necessarily perfectly, but you might have
Oh,
had the win
this is
anyway.
where this
You're
is
like,
I
I
messed up
win.
on the 4, but we got there.
And I'm like, no, this isn't quite enough, right? Because that only adds 2. So you have a 2
Mhm.
3 that needs 3 to quest. I'm like informing you that you don't have quite enough. Really vascular hands that I have. Oh my gosh. What a good feature. For card games, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I don't know. We just backed this up, and I end up just shifting lady, getting back cards that represent game, basically.
Yeah, I realize that I just like can't win at all, so I pretty much scoop it up as soon as I see the shift
Yeah, you're at
lady.
3.
And I'm like, well, I'm gonna save my morality for the next. I don't even really let your
Yeah.
thing resolve. I'm like, you got it, buddy.
I think one takeaway I did take from that game was my Lilo that eventually made its way to the discard. I think there were a couple of activations I could have done on the Lilo to put myself in a little better spot
It's
a
always
couple turns
tricky
there.
because you never know when it's good to activate Lilo versus when it's good to just play the card in your hand. I think you mostly played that game like fine. Um, yeah. So we can just talk now. We're gonna be shuffling for a little while. Lately, I've been working at Ryan's restaurant. Ryan, how would you rate me as a fast food employee?
Your stock definitely just recently went up when you started really leaning in on the sales contest. If you
So
guys aren't aware, Jeremy is motivated by like Michael Jordan type
nice.
criticism. What is it? Michael Jordan?
I
Yeah,
don't.
it
It
is.
doesn't sound right. I feel like I'm usually like some sort of like little goblin or rat person, and Michael Jordan is one who transcended his sport. So I don't ever
Yeah,
really
but
compare
Phil
myself to him.
isn't that the Phil inspiration moment with Michael?
So, but hold on. So I get a job at your fast food place. First of all, you've taunted me before. You're like, none of you guys, talking about me, Ryan, and Zan, could last 5 seconds at my
I
fast
think
food
you're
place.
making this up.
And I was like, what are you talking about, man? I'd be fine. I'd be totally fine.
I think we said Zan couldn't
We're obviously Zan,
hang.
but I could do it. So I get there, I'm like working pretty well, and then this like sales competition starts, and
You thought you were too cool for the sales competition.
I just simply didn't have a good understanding of how to get a sale attributed to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided not to worry too much about the sales competition, and then you publicly shamed me about it, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, watch this funny trick." And I went in the course of one day, I went from last place to first place in my
Yeah,
sales
you questioned
competition. So
from
this is what
3 to
I'm
20
keeping,
in one day.
everybody. I'm keeping this in my hand. It's basically a 1 drop, a 4 drop, a Sail the Azurite Sea, and a 5 drop. And the 5 drop's Elsa. So that hand's actually pretty good. And I'm getting rid of some stuff that doesn't matter that much in the matchup, notably this Hades, which I think is like kind of
Very
awful.
bad, very bad.
Yeah.
It's too late most
Um,
of the time.
I am on the play this game because I lost the last one. In my mind, I'm thinking on turns, 4, 5, and 6, I have to kill one of your guys every turn. That's like the Blurple formula is you
Mhm.
go turn 1 drop ideally, turn 2, you ramp, turn 3, you play a 4 drop that gets you established, and then you're playing a 5 drop, a 5 drop or a 6 drop, and then a 7 drop that kills something every turn. And that's your formula for beating
My
aggro decks.
mine was a little wonky. I put the Mowgli back because I'm on the draw. If I'm on the play, the Mowgli can hit your ramp.
This
I
face I'm
ended up
making is the worst face I make the whole time. I'm just like totally in despair right now. I'm like, well, I got set up like a pair of bowling pins and I'm going to get knocked down.
I was feeling pretty good at this point because I won on the draw. We're in a good spot. We just get a little quick 2-0, get out of here.
Lots of good things going on.
I ended up just keeping a Bobby and the Lilo there. I think there's some merit in keeping that 3-drop Clarabelle for draw because it's if I'm on the draw, it ends up setting up to be that kind of build your board up, turn sideways later game versus kind of just running away with it if you're on the play sometimes.
Yeah. Clock management, I would say this, in terms of how fast I played, I think I did great. In terms of how well I managed the clock, I would give myself an F. F is the grade for how good we did on this clock.
Think Bobby play Bobby. Do we pitch?
Yeah,
Let's
because this time you're
go.
excited.
And I had the Lilo.
Before you were like, none of these cards are good to discard. I'm just going to keep them all.
I'll just keep these.
I'm discarding, or yeah, I'm playing some like 5 drops, or I'm inking some 5 drops here. In my mind, this one's just bad against Chromacon, which is my worst thing. I have to sail, and then I get rid of it into the unknown, probably as some sort of insulation against Ursula. ends up not mattering that much because I don't think you end up Ursula-ing me this turn. Another really awesome thing that I do here is I quest with Basil to try to bait you into trading the Bobby for the Basil. In my mind, any piece of cardboard I can get off the
Oh,
board before a
yeah.
Chromacon comes down is a total win.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, I literally am like, well, I'll get my lore here. No way he quests with or he trades Zimaruski. You trade Zimaruski, and I go like, yeah. Like in my head, I'm like, that's good.
I
That's
also
good
pitched a
stuff.
7-drop tramp. I imagine that means I had another one in my hand.
I ink Hades here. Comments are gonna hate this, but we actually didn't have 8 legendary Hadeses or whatever between us, so I inked
Ugh.
the proxy Hades that we had,
I
which was
drew into a second 5-drop lady. Uninkable.
yeah, getting clogged on that 5-drop stinks. But unfortunately, right now you're in a kind of a good spot to shift it and just quest. Well, you can't just quest because I played Iago, but the shifting of it isn't that bad here. You do get your cards because you played the Zimaruskis. You can also plan to shift it next turn, right? Like you go here.
I ended up just inking the 7-drop.
And I think this is a turn where you definitely shouldn't quest. Here's
Yeah,
why.
I
There's
can't
no
quest that lady because I need that lady to shift on.
right. You need that lady to shift on, and you get punished here because what's the most obvious target is
Elsa.
Elsa. Boom.
Bam, both my ladies dead.
Yep. Get both your ladies. That was my whole thing. I was like, now you can't shift lady.
Yep.
Um, it's all they're also just the two questers. So
Yeah,
it's
there
like
was no need to quest.
even if I'm not on level, yeah, I don't think that quest was good. I think that might have been like part of the reason you lost this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because here you're like, well, dang it. What do I do?
100%.
You had such a good turn lined up.
Yeah, it was gonna be decent.
Um, so what do? We end up playing Daisy. You're just trying to get on board as much as possible. I think setting up a
Yeah,
Chromacon is such the name of the game. So
yeah, and I mean, obviously here Lilo play is probably in the cards because I end up using one ink and passing.
yeah, the Lilo, all it does really is put more damage on one of my guys, but that's like good if you're playing, the card that you're playing. It's all good. I take out Daisy here. You managed to remember the Lalo. And then now you actually drew like the nut, right? Because you get to Bobby, get rid of a lady that's clogging up your hand.
True.
Oh, is
It's a
that not
pretty
what
good draw.
happened?
Yeah,
I think you ink and
that's exactly
pass.
what happens.
Okay, good. And then
And I probably end up inking the Webby just
yeah, because
gotta
you're
get
trying to
to
play
the
the lady
5.
eventually.
Yeah.
It's good. It gets Go-Go, which a big part of your plan in this matchup um is getting Go-Go and getting rid of or you bring back the Lilos over and over again.
Mhm.
So this is such a shame. I have one card in my hand. It's Hades. I draw and it's one jump ahead. And I'm like, oh, haha, one jump ahead. Pretty much
So
exactly where I want to
this time I
be.
don't bring the Lilo back, thinking hopefully I just get an inkable, get to play the lady finally, and
And I'm on notice, I don't think, I guess you don't have a Go-Go.
no,
My bad.
no go
Thinking
there.
you might have. But yeah, I am on notice here, but you did give me a good Hades target, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just going to try to keep the plan going, kill your guys when I can. And then the cool thing about Blurple is you end up with this like invincible, like series of questers that you don't get to clap back on, but I get to clap back whenever
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah, once your board gets to this size, it feels inevitable for this matchup. Yellow green's not coming back from this spot.
It's like possible that you Chromacon me. My race is still super slow. Like this is 5, and if you end up playing a Chromacon, you're questing for 6, 7, 8, 9. So you actually you get to like go right up to 12, and 12 is what I'm going to next turn. So your race is pretty good. Here, I think you kind of throw it all away. I think you were just like feeling the defeat here, and you're just like, well, quest all my guys. I'm like,
I get a
okay,
couple more for no reason.
I'm like definitely gonna kill all your guys, but like you can do whatever you want. What did I end up drawing? Oh my god, the genie into a Dumbo, which I decide to play. I think it's better than the Woodchuck guidebook. I'm open to like interpretations that it's not. I just want to get on board so I can like,
Hmm.
you
The
know,
woodchuck would have given you cards right then. Then you
yeah,
could.
but the genie's like a better version of the Woodchuck because it puts lore in play, which I need to kill you before you end up coming around and killing me. And then the Dumbo is like infinite Woodchucks, right? Because now I can pay one to draw one. Which I think is what I just like end up doing first things first. I was about to slam the Hades into play, and then I'm like, wait, this is actually probably the worst card to play because I should just be Dumboing.
Yeah.
The first things first, I figure out what I'm gonna kill the Prince Philip with. The reason I don't draw first is because since your thing has ward, I like know that there's nothing in my deck that's better than that.
Yep.
And now we're just kind of doing this work of like, all right, what's the best way to draw the cards and gain the lore? What I said in the first game really ends up mattering, which is that like I hate to do it with a genie. A genie, I just want to gain two
Yeah, you
and
want
get that
to.
number to go up.
Yeah, especially at this point in the game, I think you're not losing any of your evasive guys, so they're all gonna get to draw cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just press your lore up.
And then I get to play this Hades. I'm like, well, I guess so. I'll Hades your guy. And you're like,
It doesn't matter.
right.
This
You're like,
point.
this game is over. You draw two. I'm like sick. And then I draw two. And I'm like, well, I can add a T-bow to the board. And that puts me at lethal almost no matter what. But I was already at lethal almost no matter what. So I don't know what to say. This is how you win one of these games. I was on the play and you never saw a Chromacon. And I got to just like kill your guys all the way up the curve.
Yep.
Combined with the fact that you turned some guys sideways that you probably shouldn't have.
Probably.
I think you could have had a much scarier, like bigger board well, first of all, you could have got the lady off and like maybe started pressuring me with it. But since I did play Iago, the lady wasn't going to be that good.
Yeah. And Chromacron coming off the top of some of those draws changes that game, especially if I have 2 or 3 of those bodies still on the board.
Yeah. So that like what happened this game? Let's talk about it. We dodged Chromacon and then we went all the way up the curve. I think you threw away some guys, and that's what it takes to win the matchup against Blurple. I'm like kind of in disbelief right now, but I'm also thinking like, okay, now he's on the play. So I'm pretty
So
sure I'm
fine.
about to get crushed.
Yeah, I just get to run away with it, right?
Yeah, definitely the cadence of the match right now. We previously talked about that. I started working for you. You said your rating for me as a fast food employee got a lot higher. Because I went from
you went from 3 lore to 20 today because you
Yeah.
sold 17 of the contest drinks.
Yeah.
So you went way, you're in first place. Basically.
Once I learned how to correctly attribute the sales to myself.
Yeah, it's a big step.
Yeah, I get to do now the like sort of game theory fun. I get to like soft psychology sell people on things.
To be fair, you needed to be handicapped in this competition because if you decide to play, it's not going to be close. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so funny because now that I'm playing for real, I have no shifts for like the rest of the month. And then also,
you can always pick up. That's the grind. When I used to work in restaurants like nonstop, if I didn't have a shift, I would just show up and be like, "Anybody want to go home?" And now all of a sudden I have a shift.
Yeah, I could definitely do that.
I did that all the time.
I like don't want to. I want to practice Lorcana.
That's a you thing.
This game makes me a bunch of money.
True.
I mean, like the last CCS I played, I won $3,500. That's me working at your job for. Let me do this. Real quick.
Don't do that.
It's like 6 or 7 weeks, buddy.
Yeah. Ouch.
So I'd rather just practice this card game.
Yeah. Well, I'm not winning any money playing Chroma Dogs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. All right. So you're on the play. You're doing your altar right now.
Yeah. Looks like we've got.
Yeah. Talk to me about what was going through your head.
Ursula. I can't see what I'm putting back. Unfortunately, I didn't do a good job here. I'm showing the camera. I'm keeping an Ursula, a lady, and something I'm putting back.
I think you're keeping a Clarabelle, which is surprising to me. Clarabelle seems like not what you want. I want to try to mulligan more aggressively for a Chromacon. In this spot, I kind of show you where is this where I ended up? No. Okay, so
pretty bad mulligan for me.
Oh, I think I'm shipping all those. I'm keeping a Rafiki and a
4-drop action.
I think I actually just keep the Rafiki because you need ramp.
So
I was gonna keep Rafiki and Basil because those are really good 1-drops to lead against you. And then my calculation was like, well, if I miss ramp, I actually just lose. So I ended up trying to go for 6 to hit that ramp on the premise of like, if you don't lead on Daisy, the Rafiki can hold for a little bit, and then you ramp, and that's like part of my formula for getting in.
Yeah, I kept a 1-2-3 curve. My hand got a lot better, but I don't think it was a keep on that 1-2-3 curve.
So a little bit of Chroma Dog's like quote unquote advice. I don't think 1-2-3.
No, it's not good enough.
It's like
you need to be like 1-1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
2-7.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's like what you actually want to do. So I think keeping Clarabelle there, or even valuing Clarabelle at all, as opposed to just like a bonus free card that you might get sometimes, was a bit of a miss.
100%. I ended up getting into the 1-drop lady, into what becomes a 1-drop tramp, into a Bobby. So I get to play 3 cards in 2 turns.
So I'm looking here. I have the 1 jump ahead, which is like, and I actually have really interesting stuff going on in this hand because I have this bizarre dichotomy of like Tipo and Sail and 1 jump. And when you have all that, what I ended up deciding was I'm gonna just keep the Tipo into 1 jump, and I'm gonna ink all my sails. And
This
here's where that gets messed up. That gets messed up like immediately. So like,
Yeah, I do end up I ink and play the Mowgli that I drew off the top, thinking if he only has a
if I only
sail
have
in
a sail,
hand,
you're in a
I
really
can
good
win.
spot.
Yeah, it turned out that you had ramp on ramp on ramp.
Yeah, I have a bunch of ramp here. So we get rid of the 1 jump because it's the most clunky, and this kind of like changes things a little bit. Now I don't know if I need a Tipo. I think I still end up doing it because I kind of like Tipoing in this matchup. I do actually a really bad thing here. As soon as I play Tipo, I should pick my whole hand up because here I give you a lot of information on what I'm keeping in my hand. But for the Tipo, any of those could be gone. After I did it, I was like, that's so dumb. So I want
Yeah,
to just
that's
cut off
fair.
the comments. I understand this is like dumb. I'm supposed to play the Tipo, pick my whole hand up.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
instead, I'm like, well, I don't need
yeah,
this
yeah.
other
Because
sale.
then I know you didn't ink
You
anything
know, I
else.
didn't ink Genie, Hades, or 4-cost action that inks something. Um, nothing to quest with here. I can't quest with Rafiki. It just dies on the crackback, which is not something a Rafiki should do in this matchup. And they're kind of all holding everything at bay.
Yeah,
This is interesting board state because I'm learning that Ravensburger places like an underage boy without a shirt on at 1-2. They're like, how strong is this thing?
I
It's
think
a
that's
1-2.
fair. He was raised by wolves,
Yeah, but what about Tipo?
raised by
Pacha.
Pacha.
Sure. But you get it. It's 2 underage boys without, I shouldn't say underage. It's 2 little boys without a shirt on. And they
Yeah,
have the same
they're
stat
both
line.
1/2s. Interesting.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see more like similar stat lines among things because
I
not every puppy has the same stats.
I inked a Bobby and played a Prince Philip, thinking I'm not turning stuff sideways. Let's just build the board. I think maybe, yeah, I didn't want to play the Tramp, but maybe just Bobby to start and ditch that Lilo and see what else I get off the Bobby.
Check it out. You're gonna see another one of the bait quests where I'm just thinking any amount of cardboard that gets out before the Chromacon's out is so good for me. So I quest with Tipo, hoping against hope you turn a card sideways to deal with it because that's gonna let me kill like 1 or 2 things next turn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, it would have to be the Mowgli that I turn sideways into it, surely, right?
Sure, but that doesn't kill it.
It does if you play like something to boost it with, but that just feels like such a bad turn.
Right.
Gross.
You end up drawing a card with the Clarabelle, which I think is great. Easy and fun to do. And then here's the other side of that, though. You just drew the new lady. So now you're like, well, hold on. And so you tramp your Mowgli,
Mm-hmm. Take out the Tipo.
take out the Tipo. But again, this is cardboard that's getting off the battlefield before a Chromacon. So I'm like down because what I don't want is for you to slam a Chrome. In my head, I'm like, heck yes. Because what I don't want is for you to slam a Chromacon and for me to be just like basically dunzos.
Is there a world where you just play that Tramp, boost your lady, quest for 3, 4, 5, 6?
It's definitely worth having that conversation. I think no, because then all your guys
All
are
your
just
guys
dead,
die.
basically.
Yeah.
Because the genie even gets to clean up the Princeville. It like doesn't end up
It's
good
not
on
good.
any level,
Nope,
basically.
not good.
So I'm like, get rid of this lady. You say yes. I'm in a super happy space because that means that that's like fine. Here I do this, and we're still kind of bait trading you. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to just turn the genie sideways into that and leave the Rafiki back because I want you to turn someone sideways to kill Rafiki.
I guess my rationale on like get rid of the lady was like even the lady shift does nothing because I have nothing in the wash. I think inking that Bobby early in the game really.
Right, but you're about to have a Mowgli, and you're about to play a tramp. Anyway, you get to keep 2 cards. Tell me a little bit about what's going through your head in this stage of the game. I mean, it's Chromacon or bust, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking like, oh, we're trying to get our way up to the high cost things. I think my next turn is actually kind of tricky because I don't end up having like anything to do with a lot of ink. I only have stuff to do with a little bit of ink, but I end up inking anyway because I know that like later on in the game I'm going to need all that ink basically. So yeah, here's what I'm talking about. Now you're like, oh well, now my tramp's sideways, so in for a penny, in for a pound. I better turn everybody sideways. And I'm like, Dealio,
I
that's
think
easy for
this is
me.
a game where a lot of the like no reps on this deck come into play because I got caught in between this weird game of like play your nickel and dime, take one of your guys out for one of mine.
No, that favors me a lot
Yeah,
because my
exactly.
top decks are better. If that's gonna end up in us having low
Yeah,
resource,
you're gonna win that game
and
every
I'm
time.
gonna win that game, yeah. I am in like kind of a pickle because I don't have a good answer for a lot of stuff that you have right now. I don't want to play this 4-cost action. And I know that I have to ink, right? Because if I don't ink, I'm never gonna be able to play my Hades if I ever draw it.
You do end up playing the 4 cost
Yeah,
action.
but I don't want to because it's gonna draw you up to 3, and you're gonna be able to do all 3 of those things.
Yes.
But what I like about this board state is all my guys get to live, and you're only at 3, and you have 1 quest, and like maybe this is a situation where
I think at this point I just play the big lady. Or I ended up.
playing and
Oh
shifting,
yeah,
which was
shifting.
confusing to me.
I wanted to be able to play something else that I get off of it. Just try and go wide.
So you get Go-Go Mowgli back. The Mowgli
Mowgli actually
kills
was
me right now.
smacked right here.
Yeah. I'm dead if you play
I
this
don't know
Mowgli.
why I don't play the Mowgli. I think my read on your hand was like, oh, he's got 2 Hades or something.
Yeah, you were like, you just must have Hades, as I remember you like saying something like that. And then here you're like, all right, let's do this trade again. Great for me.
Yeah.
Anytime
Every time I did that, it was so good for you.
cardboard clearing when there's not a Chromacon in play is so good for me. So I'm like down for Tramp to kill Hades. I'm like maybe not down for Webby to just play
Man,
and you say go.
that Mowgli would have. See, yeah, right here.
So here's
Even
my
Mowgli here. Mowgli
right.
here is like so good.
So I have to keep both of these because if I ink one and say go and you Mowgli one away, I don't have anything in my hand. So my thought is what's going to happen is you're going to Mowgli.
I should Mowgli into Daisy.
You're going to Mowgli. I'm going to have one. So here you
End up
gain your
taking
3 with this, which is great. And now I think you're going to Mowgli me.
I got a Mowgli there.
Nope. And then you turn 2 things sideways. So I'm like, ooh, sick. I could even get rid of. This is like crazy that I win this game because I'm like, I could even get rid of 2 things. Do this.
Ouch.
I like realize in this moment that
I've been taking trades all day, so if you just turn this genie sideways, I'll just take it out.
I think I realize in this moment. Oh, I don't. I should have realized in this moment that
Look, Mowgli that does nothing now.
Yeah.
Gross.
This trade is great for me.
You know that I think I kind of got a shot here at this moment. I'm like, oh, I've got a board. He's got no board. Demona doesn't do anything. Gosh, the Mowgli would have been so good earlier.
So I draw the like 3rd into the unknown or whatever, and I'm like, okay, do I do this or do I like play a 4/4 and then try to do it later? I don't know what I end up doing. I don't remember what I end up doing. I think I go for mana efficiency on future turns. So my rationale here is that like I
You'll be
might
able to
draw
sing
a
it
4
later.
drop, and then I can do a 3 and a 4 on a future turn. So I just want to go ahead and get this out of the way. And you're on full race mode. So
Pretty
you're like,
lackluster draw there.
you're like,
on
let's race.
Merryweather. Yeah, that was a very bad draw.
So here I get to double spell like we planned.
Ooh, you top decked Elsa?
No, you daisied me into an Elsa.
Oh, nice.
So I get to kill all your guys, and now we're like,
ugh,
are we doing it?
That felt so good for you.
I was on that. This is the first moment where I was like, I might have.
Yeah, that turn was incredible for you.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get it. Turn too late.
Way too late, and I think this quest is a huge mistake.
That Emerald Chromacon? Oh yeah, that was bad.
Because you want to try to build a board in this spot.
Yeah, just save up.
So I'm like, all right, I'll gain mine and kill that, and you don't have a good bounce because both these things are terrors.
Yep.
Because
Emerald Chromacon, the turn before that would have been so good. Instead of the Merryweather.
Something that's interesting here is I think I played this pretty poorly because I drew magical maneuvers, and what I should have done is gotten rid of my Elsa. I should have played it and bounced my Elsa so that I couldn't get Go-Go Tamagoed. You know what I'm saying? So I think I should have magical maneuvered, gotten the Elsa back to my hand, and then I like can't lose to a top deck Go-Go.
Cleaning it up, yeah.
I end up drawing the 5-cost Hades, which we're going to represent here with Hades. That's a different 3/4, but we make the replacement from the discard pile. No big deal.
Yeah, and there's no way I can pick this guy up. I can't win the game if I pick this guy up,
Yep.
right? I gotta let you draw 2 cards.
So here, this is like one of the most vomit-inducing plays for me. I have in my hand the magical maneuvers, so I can kill that thing. But like, what? It's such a huge tempo loss. But you going to 19 is pretty much lights out for me. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna do the magical maneuvers. So bye to Iago, even though I think that's a mistake because I don't know what this elephant does. Although that's not true. I have all the premier 5s in my hand, so the elephant's good. Return that to my hand, exert that, hit it for 4, and then kill my Elsa on that thing.
I bounce the bell.
This bounce is insane to me. What if you draw Go-Go?
Yeah, 100%.
You'd win on the spot.
100%. Just leave it on board. I guess I was thinking like you just gonna get a free quest next turn and go to 11. I was trying to buy more turns.
So now we're on like, yeah, how do you feel about this thing? Like draw 2. Great.
Yeah.
Literally the best Hades has ever been.
Ugh.
And then I can get up to 5. Doesn't do a lot, but I can play this bell and start trying to put a clock back on you. I end up having a weirdly big amount of lore right here. I have 9, which I'm like, oh, okay. If I have 9.
You would have gone to 11 if I would have froze the bell. If I would have not bounced the bell last turn.
Right. So, I mean, but you're at 17.
I just
so I
end
don't
up
think
playing
that matters
another
that much to
tramp.
you.
So is this, I think maybe this is the turn that I should have held.
Yeah, if you hold here, you have
Hold at
lethal on board.
17.
I end up drawing the Elsa, but I also have the magical maneuvers, but I think that it just is brutal because I can't kill this 2/6 with anything if I don't draw this Elsa. But here I'm like, okay, Elsa that down.
And you end up challenging with Belle and Elsa, but you should have quested your Hades maybe first to get a lore.
Well, I wanted to make you bounce the Hades. I think what I should have done is challenge Bell into the 2/6 and then Hades into your 1/3. That way if you bounce my Elsa, I can still kill it. That was the move, actually. Whatever, didn't do it. Not a big deal. I'm gonna pay 5 for this Cheshire Cat and use it to put some damage on. My plan is long term to bounce this Cheshire Cat. Dang, I can't believe that wasn't sped up. That felt like because I have the elephant in my hand, so I'm like, okay, go.
And then I just go for the win right here.
Yep. And now Ryan draws go.
No.
Oh, he forgot. That's also a card you might want to hold, Ryan. The Bobby Zimmerowski. Holding it gives you another look for the go-go.
True. Hold it for the next turn.
Like you just played it milled, which is like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. Holding there might not be the worst. Go to 19. Could have gone to 19 either way by holding the Bobby. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Here, what? No way I play this thing. I have to first Cheshire Cat. Okay, yeah. I figure it out. Because otherwise, I just don't have any damage on my guys. So I'm like, yeah, Cheshire Cat. Boom. Move this damage here. Kill Bobby Zimmerowski. And now I have your untapped character dead for free. But no matter what you kill, I'm going to be able to, or what you bounce, I'm going to be able to get your tapped character. And now I'm like, okay, sick. I win.
Yep.
Yep. I can't play Demona. I correctly assessed that Demona just straight up kills me. I quest. Kill that. Give you opportunity to bounce. If you want, you can bounce my Cheshire Cat, and I'll draw all those 2 cards.
I just need to leave both, I guess.
Yeah, but I end up having the elephant, so it doesn't matter.
You would have cleared the Elsa off to clear the damage, but instead you get to clear your cat off and draw 3.
Yeah, and then one of them's a genie, so then we're all in the draws. And then I draw my freaking first Hades of the game, and I'm like, whoa, I got 7 cards. Yeah, and it just got away from me. I think you threw away too much cardboard early on, and then the Chromacon came kind of too late. And the Chromacon came when you didn't have any cardboard on your side of the field, but that was like a choice you made a lot of the time in this game. Like you 3 times in this game got rid of one of your guys, to get rid of one of my guys, which I don't think is a good investment on your part.
Even a quest out of one of those guys this game.
Yeah.
Any of the 3 guys that traded into your guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's my last card in hand?
I don't know.
I believe it's
doesn't matter. You drew it this turn. Boom, go. But I've already cleaned up all that damage. It was one of my goals in bouncing one of my things. Yep, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think my game to win there. Obviously, if I don't make some of those decisions.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. So you're watching the Club Lorcana on Syed's YouTube, and Jeremy advances to the finals versus poor Ryan, who hopefully next week gets to play a deck he's got a little more experience with. Ryan, anything you want to say to everybody before we sign off?
I just hope I have better luck in Survivor, pull in the right buff, and get the right colors.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of that.